Hey, I'm Trevor Martin, and this is my story. I was born in Bowling Green, Kentucky in 1997, and ironically, the first trip that I had out of the hospital was down I-65 to Nashville, Tennessee. I was actually in an ambulance because I wouldn't stop bleeding when I was born, and my parents actually thought I was gonna die. They were scared that they were gonna lose me at 2 days old, but when we got to Vanderbilt, the doctors told them that I had severe hemophilia, which is a bleeding disorder, and my blood won't clot. Luckily, there's really good medicines, so I've lived a very, very normal life, but I was told I couldn't play contact sports like football and hockey, so I ended up looking for other avenues when I was growing up. So since I couldn't play contact sports growing up, that actually led me to music and entertainment. I just loved singing Lion King and Tarzan and Toy Story all the time, and imitating and being characters. That was something that I really loved. And so I got into musical theater growing up, and then when I was 8 years old, I kind of had a life-changing moment, which is kind of crazy for an 8-year-old to say that they had a career-defining moment at 8 years old, but that's what happened to me. That life-changing moment was singing with the local orchestra in Bowling Green. They did a show called Motown Madness, and they needed someone to sing I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. They needed a little Michael. So they called me, and I ended up singing with the orchestra, and there was about 1,000 people in the audience. It was my first time singing for that many people. And when I got on stage, I just let loose and danced and sang it really well. And at the end, the whole crowd just gave me a standing ovation. And I remember thinking in that moment, wow, I love this feeling, I love this rush, and this is what I want to do with my life. So I continued to sing, but I also really loved acting. And so I took acting classes in Nashville and met someone who actually turned out to be my manager, which was really cool. And she told me and my parents that I should come out to LA and audition for TV shows and films. So my parents and I would go out to Los Angeles and stay for months at a time, and I would just audition, take acting classes, and meet people. And it was really cool. I think I learned a lot about myself because I had to be in rooms with older people than me. I was just probably 10 years old, and I was in rooms with Hollywood directors and casting directors and producers. Probably the coolest thing that happened to me was I got to have a director session with J.J. Abrams, who directed one of the Star Wars and Lost, and also had a director session with Cameron Crowe, who directed Almost Famous. And that was just really cool to be in rooms with people of that caliber. So that was really cool for me growing up. Some of the movies that I've actually been in are a movie called 90 Minutes in Heaven with Hayden Christensen, who plays Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars saga. And then I also punched Danny McBride in the face.
That was not smart. Get them off it.
Get back to class, savages!
Makes me sick just looking at all three of you. Sick to my stomach.
For a TV show called Vice Principals. And that was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the acting days, and who knows, maybe one of these days I'll get back into it. I really loved the acting days, but when I got in high school, life changed a little bit. I was going to school, I had friends, I was playing sports, and so I didn't really go out to Los Angeles as much to audition. I still did a little acting, but nothing out in California. But in high school, that's when things kind of changed again because I started having crushes on girls. So what's the one way that I felt like I could impress them? Ooh, what if I sing? What if I write songs? What if I play guitar? So that's what I did. I picked up a guitar. I remember the first song that I ever wrote was called Spill My Heart, which is not the best song in the world, but you gotta start somewhere. So hopefully I've come a long way from Spill My Heart to the songs that I'm releasing today. The big question after high school is, where am I gonna go to college? So I found Belmont University in Nashville, which is just an hour from Bowling Green where I grew up. And I knew that I had to go there and continue on the music journey. So I worked my butt off to make sure that I could go to Belmont because it's a very expensive school, but luckily I got a full ride and continued on my music journey there. I really love my 4 years at Belmont. I feel like I really grew a lot as a vocalist and a musician and just understanding how music works. But it was really cool because I got to sing a lot, I wrote a lot of songs, and I got to meet a lot of really awesome people at Belmont. And a lot of those people I still write with today and play shows with. And so I'm very thankful for my time at Belmont. I graduated from Belmont in 2019 and I wasn't really sure how to continue pursuing music. Did I want a publishing deal? Did I want a record deal? What did I want? So I really kind of took some time to think about that, all the while still writing songs, and then 2020 hit, which is a great time for everybody, especially us musicians. In 2020, obviously I couldn't perform as much, so I decided that I wanted to release music for the first time. And that was really, really cool for me. I had a song, Go To, that I still love, and that was my first release in May of 2020. And that kind of got me on a trajectory to continue releasing songs. So I released a few more in 2021. Some of you guys may know them. One of them was called Just Like That. The other one was called Wife You Up. And those actually started to get listeners, which was really cool. And so I decided I gotta put out more music. When 2022 rolled around, I had a few songs out already, but there was one song in particular that I was really excited about releasing. I remember when I was in the studio, the song just felt like magic. There was really cool stuff that was going on, and I'm like, this song really means a lot to me, and I hope it means a lot to other people too. And that song was called Keeper. And luckily, over the last 2 years, I've seen it really be able to connect with so many people, millions of people, which is something that I really dreamed of happening. And it's really cool to see that. I've actually played it for probably 15 weddings now. And it's just been really special to me that people want to use that song for one of the biggest moments of one of the biggest days of their life. So I hope that I can continue singing Keeper for a long time and hopefully even sing it at more and more weddings. One of the biggest things for me though, recently is how can I have another Keeper? How can I have a song that connects with millions of people like Keeper did? And so I got back in the writing room, started writing with some of my favorite people, Autumn Bicey, Jonathan Gamble, Spencer Crandall, and just started writing a bunch of songs that I feel like will connect with people. So this next chapter is a lot about love. It's a little different sonically. I'm kind of chasing like a fusion of Dan and Shay meets Louis Capaldi meets Teddy Swims meets Trevor Martin. And so I'm really, really excited for this next wave of music. And I think you guys are gonna like it too. It's really just kind of taking love and talking about the realness of love. Not everything is gonna end up like a Hallmark movie, whether we want it to or not. There's really some tough days with love. And I'm just really excited to put out these new songs, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed getting to know me a little bit and learning more about my life story. Got a lot of new music coming out that I'm really excited about, so stay tuned.